thing I did want to mention, at least really quick before we go, is that I really love, well, we all do hopefully, but I really feel a lot of love for the earth, and tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So I did a quick story today on sustainable ways to still enjoy Valentine's Day, and one of the biggest ones was about flowers. So Tim, if you're purchasing any flowers tomorrow, if you haven't already, because of the fact that about 80% of our flowers in the U.S. are actually imported, getting your flowers from somewhere local, right, like a local florist or even a potted plant that you can keep longer, since most flowers are thrown away after about a week or so, is really great. If you're looking for some chocolate, because the wrappers and things like that are pretty bad for the environment, they can't be recycled, getting that from like a local place that doesn't use that, making your own cards or choosing digital because of the fact that a lot of these are not recyclable and you have glitter and plastic and all of the other embellishments, experiences as gifts over physical items, or if you are going to get a physical item, trying to buy secondhand. Think books, finds, handmade jewelry, or even secondhand jewelry. I know that a lot of people like want their own things, and I totally understand like that mindset, but secondhand jewelry too, like you think of people when they sell something because they need to, or maybe it's a something that didn't work out, whatever it is, it can also help you save money. And so I feel like in 2026, why wouldn't you want to save money? And a lot of these things also can help you save money, because think about how many cards that we buy like throughout the year, even just for friends, family members' birthdays. If you made all of those yourself or digital, you are essentially saving like $5 to $10 every single time you buy one of those cards. And most estimates estimate, Tim, that 145 million cards end up in landfills every single year.
Wow, that's a lot. Not to mention how much money those cards cost.
Yeah, $5 to $10 basically every time. It's crazy.
That's insane to me. I'm still trying to find those like 99-cent racks, which I think they still exist. I'm not sure. They're harder to find.
Yeah.
But that's really a good point. And, making something yourself, if you can make a card, you can make a gift, anything like that, isn't your person going to like that a little better at the end of the day? I think so.
It's like when you have a kid and they make like those cute cards at school. Like, it's just so cute and thoughtful. And if they don't appreciate it, you might need to find a new Valentine. Just my opinion.
That's true. And if you're saving money, maybe you're going to save your money for something else. So if you're saving up for experiences like, hey, you don't need to go big on tomorrow. Maybe you're going to have a little trip later on in the year, or go to a concert, or any of these experiences. I think don't you think things are trending that way? Fewer things, fewer stuff, more doing things is kind of, I think, the way that people are going.
And it's honestly really good. I think like nice to see that, because I feel like especially people our age and younger like haven't really thought about like the environmental impact in the past, but it seems like once people are reaching adulthood and like having to, especially Gen Z, like having to pay for stuff on their own, they're realizing it. I actually saw a report from Commons Earth, which is kind of like a sub group of like the Washington Post and like their climate reporters, that said that like up to 60% of Gen Z planned on purchasing secondhand clothing in 2026, which was up from like 35% just a few years ago. So even like the purchasing of secondhand clothing and like clothing rental instead of always having to buy new is really good, because fast fashion, and things like Shein and Temu and all those things are one of the biggest environmental impacts, because almost all of that stuff is not only sometimes made of plastic and not just fabric, but almost all of it ends up in landfills. So good to know. Secondhand clothing, good. Secondhand chocolate, not so good. Get some fresh chocolate not so good
for your person. Brittany, I know you've got to get going for your special newscast here. Hopefully you get some nice chocolate heading into tomorrow. Enjoy your fruit snacks, I guess, as we let you go.
I will. Thank you, Theo, again for the fruit snacks. And Tim, I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. You as well, James. And you guys are both lovely, in my opinion. So,
thanks,
isn't that nice? Same to you. The whole Impact team. We love you guys.